Adding and subtracting radicals. In order to add or subtract radicals, you have to have like radicals. Like radicals have the same radicand. The radicand is the number that's underneath the radical. So if you have 2 square root of 7, the radicand is the 7. Like radicals have the same radicand. So if you have 2 square root of 3 and 7 square root of 3, they have like radicands, therefore you could add or subtract them. The steps for simplifying by adding or subtracting. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to simplify each radical. So look at that square root, see if you can break it down. After you've simplified, you need the same radicand and the same index. Once you have the same radicand and same index, then you add or subtract the front number, but you leave the radicand the same. Let's look at some examples. So here we have the 3 square root of 5 plus 6 square root of 5. So 5 cannot be simplified. If we try to make a factor tree with 5, we can't do it. So then we check that our indexes are the same. So our index here is 2 and our index here is 2. So they are the same, and the radicand, we have a 5 and we have a 5. So since both the index and the radicals are the same, we can then add the front number, 3 and 6. 3 plus 6 would give us 9. The radicand that was the same would stay the same. So final answer is 9 square root of 5. In our second example, we can see that our radicands are not the same. We have a 27 and we have a 12. So the first thing that we do is we simplify. So 27 breaks down into 3 times 9. 9 is 3 times 3. So we have negative 2. We break down that 27. We find our matches. We get negative 2. We bring out that 3 pair, and this guy stays underneath. So we have negative 6 square root of 3. We are adding to that the second radical. So we're going to break down 12, 2 and 6. 6 is 2 and 3. So we have the 2 out front, 2, 2, and 3. We find our matches. 1's going to come out front. So we have a 2 times 2. This 3 is again going to stay. So we have 4 square root of 3. Now that our radicands are the same, we have a square root of 3 and a square root of 3, we can add the front numbers of negative 6 and 4 together. So negative 6 plus 4, that's going to give me negative 2. That radical that was the same, the square root of 3 and the square root of 3, is going to be in our final answer. So final answer, negative 2 square root of 3. There's 2 problems at the bottom. You should pause this video and try them and then check your answer. Be careful, the first one is a subtraction problem. The second one has double addition. You should be pausing the video. Now that you've tried them on your own, I'll go over them. So you have matching radicands, square root of 2, square root of 2. So we're going to take our front numbers. They're called coefficients. We will subtract them, and we get negative 1 square root of 2. The square root of 2 stays the same. Okay. Second example, I'm going to break down 18. 18 breaks into 2 and 9. 9 is 3 and 3. So we have our pair, and we get 3 square root of 2. We're adding to that the square root of 8. When you make your factor tree, you get 2, 2, 2. So we have a pair of 2's. They come out front, and we get 2 square root of 2. Lastly, we make our factor tree for 32. When you make a factor tree for 32, it's 5 2's. So we actually have 2 pairs of 2's. So we get a 2 and a 2 and 1 underneath. 2 times 2 is 4. So we have 3 plus 2 plus 4. 3 plus 2 plus 4, that gives us 9. and the square root of 2 tags along. That's adding and subtracting radicals. You need the same radicand. If you don't have the same radicand, then please make sure that you simplify it so that you do. One additional thing. If you have the square root of 2 plus 3 square root of 2, don't forget that there is that 1 in front of that radical. Just like if you had x plus 3x, you have that 1 in front. So this would be 4 square root of 2. Just like the top line would be 4x. So if you need to put that missing 1 there, put that missing 1.